Well, good morning, everybody. It is morning here. Haven't had much sleep tonight. Um, Long week, good week. Let me fix that hair. It looks terrible. It's been about a week since Friday, obviously, and Friday was when I went to the doctor, and it was good. I had a great doctor's visit. Had a terrible, terrible morning. Got up, woke up, started heading to the car, and I had to travel by myself, which just not good. I should never travel by myself with my health as bad as it is. Um, and on the way to the car, I slipped and fell some ice, and luckily, um, my neighbor was up, and this was like 5:30 in the morning. My neighbor was up out in his garage doing something, and he heard me hollering for my wife. And my wife never did hear me. She was sleeping, and bless her heart, she didn't hear it. She's a heavy sleeper. And so he came out and helped me up, and man's 80 something years old and just picked me up. Reminds me of my granddaddy how strong he was at 80 years old, and I was in middle school. And we started horsing around, that man, 80 years old, and I'm 13, 14 years old, and he wrestled me to the ground and had me pinned so fast. But World War II veteran, he was from the greatest generation, so it's gonna happen. Um, but anyways, and then I got there, and I had an appointment to have my foot worked on, um, to make it easier to walk a little bit, and got that done, and then went to the grocery store to do some grocery shopping before my doctor's appointment. And it's cold up here right now, so I wasn't worried about anything thawing out or getting too warm because it's colder than well. Um, so I get into the grocery store, great grocery store, I love it. Um, and I fell again, and I'm already in a lot of pain from that morning falling, and they came and helped me up, and I just said I'm too wore out, and I didn't get any sleep the night before, like at all, and so gosh, I hope my mother doesn't see this. And so I drove the 3 hours without any sleep. I was just so tired, and so went from there to the doctor's office, and the doctor's office was great. Excuse me, and I got to meet the surgeon and his assistant and his nurse practitioner, which was really good. Then I met the dietitian, and then I met the two wonderful ladies that deal with the money, with having to pay for the surgery, and that went really well. Did not get done till about 6, and then I had to head home. And as soon as I started heading home, the bottom dropped out and snowed. But oh my goodness! But before I get into that, I'm going to finish telling you about my doctor's office visit. Learned that I'm not going to have the gastric bypass, and I kind of already knew, was leaning towards not having that. I'm going to have the gastric sleeve, just for my as much as I weigh is probably the best medically to go with. I said okay. I told the doctor, I said, you've been doing this a long time. I trust your judgment, and so I'm going with the sleeve, and I've got to lose 40 pounds. And so I still have to go for a psych eval, which will be fine. My blood pressure was really high. Oh my word. They were very, very concerned about that, but I told them, I said, I've had a terrible morning. I haven't had any sleep. And in over 24 hours, and they're like, you drove here? I said, yep. Oh gosh, I hope my mother doesn't see this. But we got to the money part, and I just figured out how I'm going to be able to afford it. I mean, because I still have a $5,000 I have to meet before my out-of-pocket for my insurance, which I've been dreading, going, how am I supposed to come up with $5,000? And we kind of figured that out, and I said, okay. I told the doc, I said, okay, doc, if we can do this, then I'm ready. So I have to have what they call integrated medicine. And so it's helping me lose weight. And like, I met and I'm not going to see the doctor again until pre-op. I was like, okay. So in the meantime, I saw the dietitian, and I won't see her again until like a month before surgery. But I'll see I have a weight loss coach, a life fit coach that I will be seeing, and I have to pay $300 for the bariatric program, and so that gives me all my visits with the dietitian, because that's not counted under my insurance. But it also allows me, I have like 4 visits with her, but then I can call anytime I need to talk to her, and I can actually talk to her instead of an assistant, and that's great. So that $300 covers that. Excuse me, I'm very stuffy, and I think I'm coming down with a cold again. I'm always getting sick. And that's part of being real unhealthy like this, is you are sick all the time. But so that was really good. And for weight loss, I have to do aromatherapy. I said, do what? Aromatherapy. I said, okay. So they explained that it was more or less smells. Like smelling, and I'm like, okay. And so it sounds so stupid. I sound so stupid saying it. I feel so stupid saying it. Aromatherapy is going to help me lose weight. Okay. They've been doing this a long time, so if they say it's going to help, I'll go with it for a little bit. But so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really working hard on really watching what I'm eating. And that's really tough, because you see somebody eating a big bowl of ice cream, and you're like, man. And usually, oh, yeah, have some ice cream over there. I think I'm going to go get a bowl. And that goes through your head, and you're like, wait, I can't do that. And then, because this is an addiction, I mean, I'm addicted to food. I mean, it is a terrible addiction. And then you have withdrawals. And it sounds so stupid. I'm so ashamed of myself, because I'm so addicted to food that I'm killing myself with this. And so I'm like, I'm not ready to have that happen yet. I mean, I want to be with Jesus, but not like this, and not yet. And so, I'm so ashamed of myself for the situation that I'm in, of having to do this, not being able to hold down a decent job. Pitiful. Just pitiful. I ought to be ashamed of myself, and I am very ashamed of myself. But it is what it is. So I can be ashamed of myself and turn this around. I can either be ashamed of myself and throw a pity party and just sit back and say, oh well, or I can still be ashamed of myself and pick myself up by my bootstraps, and that's a lot harder than that sounds. I mean, oh my word, it is difficult. And so, and I think the hardest part is, I sound so silly saying this, but you know, my wife goes to work every day, and then I'm stuck in my chair all day, and it's so lonely. I mean, for the first few days, it's great, peace and quiet, but then you're alone for 8 hours a day, and it's like, man, it's a lonely thought, especially when you're married. When you're a single person, I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But when you're a married person and you're alone with nothing to do because you can't really get up and do anything, oh, that's so lonely. So you got to come up with things to do. That's part of the reason I do these videos. Is I don't know how I would get through the day without YouTube. But anyways, I guess you're up to date. They said about 4 to 6 months, so we're looking around August. And so I'm ready. Oh man, I'm ready to get this over with. So please be praying for me. And you know, one thing that really helps on here for me, especially my sanity, but especially for my channel, is like my videos, please. And subscribe. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will watch 2 seconds of the video and then, okay, whatever. And then, because I'm getting like 60 views a video, well, that's the most. I'm not sure if anybody watches all the way through these or not, but you know, if you do watch them, and if you are struggling with weight, because I don't know who watches these, I can't tell. I mean, here's someone who is struggling with weight, and you're going through the same things I'm going through. I hope that this is a help to you, because one thing I've learned is you're not alone. I feel like I'm alone. Oh, I know how you feel. Who do I know how you feel? You feel like you're the only person in the world with this problem, and there's so many people out there with these problems. Man, you're not alone, man. And so just take this as some encouragement. And number one, Jesus loves you. Man, He loves you more than I do, and I love you a lot. But if you really do like the videos, though, please like and subscribe. Even add a comment, because that really helps me. Getting the support just through comments, and if you like the videos and you want to make a comment that you don't like the videos, I don't care. Go ahead and make those comments. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I might laugh at you, but especially if they're silly comments. But I love encouraging comments, because that really does help to know that somebody is out there thinking about me, praying for me. I know my church I grew up in, I know they're praying for me. And if folks from Oakcrest, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for the love and the support I'm getting from you. And so, know I love you, and know Jesus loves you. And I've got another appointment on the 9th. I'll let you know how that goes. If I don't see you till then, I love you.